Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone for teaching us his truth to rule well. I wanted to play Salakia. I should have gotten that ready. I wanted to play this
Somewhere
video.
else.
All right. And, the word is going out, man, and this is on RT News. Okay. So let me just play it real quick.
So
Yes,
therefore, it's not
yes.
freedom anymore.
But
If
it
music
is
press is
freedom.
not
It
freedom.
is freedom. You can go somewhere else. You can go somewhere. They have these street preachers in New York, and probably Larry can talk about it too. They have these street preachers in New York. If you're banned from one street corner, you can go to another street corner and keep on talking.
Okay, so this boy said, all right, that they have street preachers in New York. Okay, and if you're banned from one corner, they just go to another corner. Now, who is that talking about, man? It could be some Christians, but even in what is that name? This one movie with, I believe, Mark Wahlberg is in it. That one Edomite looking guy from Zombieland, and who else was in that movie? It was a couple actors. That the guy from what is that zombie show? The Walking Dead. His name is Daryl, I believe. He was in that movie. There was a couple other dudes in that movie, and a couple Jakes. And in one of the scenes, you have the I can't remember what camp it was, but one of the Hebrew Israelite camps, they make a cameo on the movie, you know, and this dude just talked about the street preaching, you know. So those two dudes on the left, okay, are saying that, freedom of speech is still out there, and even though you can't get it like you could before, there's different platforms to go to. But eventually, the way that this whole system is set up, eventually there won't be another place that you can go for freedom of speech, man. Because eventually it's all going to be locked down. So this is Amos 8, and let me start off at verse 9. And it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord Yahweh, that I will cause the sun to go down at noon, and I will darken the earth in the clear day. And I will turn your feasts into mourning, and all your songs into lamentation. And I will bring up sackcloth up upon all loins, and baldness upon every head. And I will make it as the mourning of an only son, and the end thereof is as a bitter day. Okay? Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but for the hearing of the words of Yahweh. Okay, so this happened back then. This happened back then. You had that time period where, Christians say that the Most High went quiet, when in fact the Most High has always been working, man. Okay, you have it in the book of First Maccabees, I believe it was chapter 14 or 15. I believe it was chapter 14 or 15. I know it was also in First Maccabees chapter 8, probably. But Israel had been waiting for a prophet, for a faithful prophet, not just anybody to, go out there and speak about anything. You have to have faithful prophets, which are the true prophets, which nowadays are the brothers at Great Millstone, So you have had Israel waiting for those faithful prophets, man, in the time of the Maccabees. And that had been going on for a long time. Israel had been waiting for a prophet to tell them what to do, what they ought to do, what they need to do, how they can seek salvation. Okay, that's why in the time of John the Baptist, which was the first prophet, okay, you had people that flocked to John the Baptist. Why? Because they had been waiting for that prophet. You see? So the elect of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, in their spirit, they're waiting for those prophets, man. So when they hear this truth, that's who they're going to go with, you know? So like it happened before, it's going to happen again. And now back then we had persecution, okay? We had a famine of the word, you know? We had all these things that were going on, and now those things are coming back, you know? I went over briefly over the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 1. It says in chapter 3 as well, but that which was is to be. So what happened in the past is going to happen again in the future. You know, those spirits coming back and through reincarnation, okay? Those same spirits back then are coming back again, you know? So it says, reading again from verse 10, I will turn your feast into mourning, okay? The myrrh of Babylon is gone, you know? Usually in the New Year's, you have millions of people, okay? Thousands upon thousands of people in New York celebrating the New Year's, you know? You have people partying, people going out. And that wasn't really happening this year, man. Why? Because the Most High brought the myrrh down, okay? Those feasts that they were having, the Most High turned it into mourning. And those songs that people were bringing forth, now it's lamentation, okay? And I will bring up sackcloth upon all loins, and baldness upon every head. And I will make it as the mourning of an only son, and the end thereof as a bitter day. Okay, and right now, man, you know, here in Texas, they're talking about, you know, making this a longer thing about, you know, the weather, and it's supposed to snow today again, you know, and Texas is completely unprepared, man. Texas is known to be, you know, the hottest, one of the hottest states out here besides Arizona, you know. So now Texas is facing severe cold weather. So people don't know what the hell to do. You know, they're going out there and crashing, and people are so afraid they're staying homes. The water's gone. Okay, there's no water. You know, the stores are closed, and if they're not closed, then the food is all gone, and there's a famine going on right now, man. You know, and Yahweh Shem Yahushai told us there would be a famine going on. You know, but the most important famine, okay, the most important famine that's coming is the famine of the word. And that's why brothers are making so many videos, so many live streams, you know, which if you consider yourself to be a believer, you should tune into those live streams. You know, you don't have to be posting scriptures, okay? Especially if you're new, you know, the main thing is saying shalom, okay? And get a pen and pencil, get a notepad, you know, and start writing this stuff down, man. You know, because they say, you know, when you write stuff down, you'll memorize it a lot better. It'll stick in your mind a lot better, you know. Also follow along with, you know, get you a King James version, a Bible, and follow along with it, you know. That'll also help you integrate those scriptures into your mind, man. You know, there's plenty of ways you can study, especially now that we're not going out, you know, and going out in the sense of, you know, to work or, you know, to the stores and things of that nature. You know, we're mostly stuck in our own places, you see, because the main thing that's coming out of all these weather disasters and catastrophes that Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to bring forth, okay, the main thing is this word, okay, because with this word, you can be saved, you know. So, you know, I just wanted to show that those guys know, okay? So the word is being preached to the four corners of the earth, man, you know? So now that it's being preached to the four corners of the earth and people have some type of knowledge about it, all right, you heard that guy, Doggy, what's his name? Doggy something. Apostle Tahar put the video up, you know, and it's this man that completely believes in the whole doctrine of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You know, and it's just going to happen. You're going to have individuals that are going to completely believe, you know, almost blindly believe, you know, but then there's also going to be study that has to be made, and then eventually they'll be rooted in the truth, you know. But this is Matthew 24:4, and we know that Matthew 24, not all of it applies to you know, current times, you know, but some of it can be transferred to current time, you know, stuff that's going on as well. So Matthew 24:4, and Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Mashiach, and shall deceive many. Okay, so you're going to have many false anointings. Okay, because when you go into that word, Christ actually goes back to Mashiach, which is Messiah, and it means anointed. All right, so you're going to have many false anointed people, okay, and falsely anointed because they don't carry the word of truth, you know. So the false anointing, okay, are going to deceive many people. So you have to make sure you're following the correct doctrine, you know. And how do you know doctrine? By the prophecy. If the prophecies are wayward and off and, you know, all over the place, then obviously they're not a men, you know, men of the Lord, you know. But you have like that man that I made mention, you know, the elder apostle Tahar, and many brothers made videos about him. He was mentioning how he met Apostle Tahar, you know. He said he met him and he heard him preaching, and he had been hearing the preachers for a while, but when he heard Apostle Tahar, he said, man, this sounds right, you know, this sounds true. And he said it spoke to his spirit. And that's exactly how it's going to be to the elect. Okay, to the elect, it's going to speak to your spirit, and you're going to say, you know what, there's something there, you know, there's something there, and you'll believe it, and you'll increase according to the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai that working with you, you know. So it says, many shall come in my name, saying, I am Mashiach, and shall deceive many. And you have that going on already. Okay, it says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. Now, there's a brother, okay, that's constantly posting. Let me see if I can just, you know, briefly look upon his YouTube name. Let me see. I usually see him post about 10 different things at once, you know, and they're news articles, man, you know, that we can go into, and they're usually about war or things that are going on currently, you know. Let me see, home. Let's go here. And Salakia. There was one that I saw this morning. See if I can find it real quick. I believe his YouTube channel is Measure Thou the Time Diligently. You know, it looks like a brother from a Latin tribe. Okay, but he'll be posting a bunch of news articles, man, all the time, you know, about things that are coming to pass, things that are going on, or just simply just news articles, you know, that are popping, you know. And most of them are about wars and rumors of wars, man, you know. So continuing on verse 6, it says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Okay, so we're not, you know, I'm not going to say tomorrow is the last day and this and that. Okay, but we are in those last days, you know. But according to knowledge, we'll know when we're, you know, because the RFID, the mark of the beast, is going to be presented. Okay, and Jacob's trouble, you know, the hour of temptation, all those things have to come to pass. The accusing of the anointed, you know, which are going to be the true anointed, all those things must come to pass, man. You know, so Matthew 24:7, for nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, pestilences, and earthquakes in diverse places. Now, when we go into verse 7, Matthew 24:7, for nation shall rise against nation, all right, ethnos, which is talking about nations, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines. Now, when you go into the word famine, it's limos, okay, or lemos, which is scarcity of harvest. And like I made mention, you have food that is very scarce at this moment, okay, and during the pandemic or plandemic or whatever you want to call it, okay, during those times, food was very scarce as well. You know, certain foods weren't being put out, and farmers are being put out of business. There's news articles about Germany, getting rid of their farmers. Okay, no food, no farmers. So there's riots going on in Germany about food and scarcity of food. So this stuff is happening all over the world, man. It says, and there shall be famines and pestilences. Okay, so famines is lemos, which is food shortages. Pestilence, all right, loimos, which is pestilence, a pestilence, a fellow, a pest, a plague. And when you look down here, Strong's definition, loimos is a plague, literally the disease, or figuratively a pest. Okay, and what disease is going on right now, man? Okay, the C19, you know? So it says pestilences, so we see pestilences as well, and earthquakes in diverse places. Now, when you look up the word earthquakes, is seismos, all right, which a seismograph is to measure an actual literal earthquake, but also it's a shaking or a commotion, a tempest, an earthquake. Now, when you go to Strong's definition, it says a commotion, i.e., of the air, a gale of the ground, an earthquake. And when you look at the word gale, you'll see storm, outburst, a very strong wind, a burst of sound, especially of laughter. All right, so it's talking about a storm, man. Okay, and what did President Biden say? There's going to be a dark storm, a dark winter. You know, so all of these things are happening for a reason, man. And this reason is not for you to just stay in your house and play some video games or listen to music all day or watch movies all day. You know, really, this is used, okay, for the commotion of coming closer to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man, to pray, to fast, to read, to study, to tune into brothers' channels. This is the time right now, man. Because we're leading into a very, 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 very harsh time. So Matthew 24:8, all these are the beginning of sorrows, man. So we're leading up to beginning of sorrows, okay, which is Jacob's trouble. I made a couple videos about it already. Brothers have too, about how Jacob's trouble is a literal thing, man. It's not going to be the hour of temptation for 1 hour. Okay, the hour of temptation is talking about a time period where you're going to be tempted, okay, to take the MOB and to side with the beast, okay, just so you can, drink a little bit of milk, man. So all these things that are coming up, okay, they're all happening for a reason, the word being preached throughout the four corners of the earth, So verse 9 says, then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Okay, and Yahweh Shai said it is better to, let me get it. Let me see, how does it go? Matthew 3:15, and Yahweh Shai answering said unto him, suffer it be so now, for thus it becometh us to fulfill all righteousness. Then he suffered him. Let me go down here. Oh, Slakia. First Peter 3:14. This is the one I was looking for. But if ye suffer for righteousness' sake, happy are ye, and be not afraid of their terror, neither be troubled. Okay, because it's better to suffer for righteousness' sake and for well-doing than for evil-doing, man. Because we're all going to suffer, but it's better to suffer for righteousness' sake than for evil-doing. You see? So going back to Matthew 24 and verse 10, and then shall many be offended and shall betray one another and shall hate one another. Why? Because they're gonna come out, oh, you hate white, so-called white people, you hate this and you hate that, and you don't like this and you don't like that. People are gonna be offended, man. you know? So it says, offend scandalizo, which is where you get scandalous from, okay, a scandal. It says to put a stumbling block or impediment in the way upon which another may trip and fall. Metaphor to offend, to entice sin. Okay, let's look up that word entice. Which is to tempt, attract, or tempt by offering pleasures or advantage. Okay? Cause a person to begin to distrust and desert one whom he ought to trust and obey. Okay, so you're going to have many people, okay, that are being offended, and it's a stumbling block onto them, and they're going to try and take you down with them. That's why Yahweh Shem Yahushai in 1 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 9, let me see here. It says, know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind, nor thieves, nor covetous, nor drunkards, nor revilers, nor extortioners shall inherit the kingdom of the Most High. Okay? And why is that? Because many are offended, These stumbling blocks. People are going to go back into their old ways. Why? Because they don't agree with one thing that you talk about, which is this truth. So it says, verse 11, and many false prophets shall arise and shall deceive many. Okay. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Okay. So you're pretty soon going to start seeing people, family members are going to not want to help you out, not give you a lending hand. We already saw it happen with this C-19, where people were trying to stay away from people, and you had grandparents that were dying, and you had family members that didn't even want to come close to say goodbye. The love of many shall wax cold, man, and we see that happening. But verse 13 says, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. Okay, and we're seeing that. We're seeing that happen, man. So just keep pushing, listening, learning, increasing, praying, and most importantly, staying close to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, especially in these times. So with that, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom.